call this August 18, 2022, Vermillion Parish School Board regular meeting number 2 to order. Mr. Superintendent, could you please call the roll?
Yes, sir. Dr. David Dupuy.
Present.
Mr. Kevin Myers.
Here.
Ms. Laura LaBeouf.
Here.
Ms. Charlotte Day-Tross.
Present.
Mr. Kippy Pilette.
Here.
Mr. Jason Roy.
Here.
Mr. Chris Hebert.
Here.
President Stella.
Here.
We do have a quorum.
Thank you, sir.
Lower the mask volume. Test one. Loud. Test 1, 2. Test 1, 2.
At this time, I'd ask everyone to please stand. I'd like to lead us in a short prayer. Heavenly Father, we ask you that you continue blessing the Vermillion Parish School Board. From the school board office, all the way to the classroom. And most of all, you bless the little children of Vermillion Parish. Amen. Mr. Hebert, would you mind reading this in the pledge? Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Superintendent, would you please, we need a motion first to approve the consent agenda item. So I've got a motion by Dr. Dupree, a second by Mrs. LaBeouf. Mr. Superintendent, would you mind reading the consent items?
Yes, sir. Adopt the minutes from the June meeting, adopt minutes from July meeting, accept a $1,000 donation from the Schriever family to be used at Harrod Elementary, approve First Financial as our third-party administrator for voluntary benefits, approve renewing the VPSB's partially self-funded insurance program for the 2023 policy year, approve a reduction of $25 per month across all health insurance plans for active employees, approve renewing the contract of Sterling Wellness, approve revisions to the general and special revenue funds budget for 21-22 fiscal year, approve the budget for general and special revenue funds for 22-23 fiscal year, approve the Louisiana compliance questionnaire for the fiscal year of 2022. Flip the screen, Bridget. Award bids for the 71, 72 passenger buses, 59 and 60 passenger vehicles. Award bids for the North Vermillion Pavilion Edition. Approve change order number 1 for permanent repairs at Kaplan Elementary. Approve bids for hunting, grazing, trapping lease on Section 16, Township 16, South Range 1 West, 420 acres, more or less, to award the bid to the highest bidder meeting specifications and the invitation to bid per tabulation sheet on file. That's it.
Thank you, sir. Any discussion? Any opposition to the motion? Motion carries. Next item is, E13, Business Department, change order number 2 for permanent repairs due to the 2020 hurricanes at Erath Middle.
Mr. President, I'd like to defer.
Then he did talk to, let him just give you a quick
Yeah,
info from that, and then we will plan to defer.
Okay, so I talked to Thad, who's the architect, and basically, they can't paint until the roof is finished, so there's no real rush to get this going. But on a timeline for this, 4 weeks to have it done properly is what he's looking at. Basically, what's gonna happen between now, while they're fixing the roof, they're gonna continue to do some moisture testing, to see if it's the roof that's causing the moisture issues, or if it's other issues that are causing the moisture. So we just ask that you table it for now, and we'll come back with it deferred.
We have to.
So there's no need for motion, or?
Motion to defer.
There's a motion by, Mr. Roy and a second by Mr. Hebert that we defer. Public comment? Any board member? Any opposition to the motion? Motion carries. Next item is item D15, Business Department, change order number 1 for permanent repairs due to 2020 hurricane at, Old Elementary.
That's consent.
That's consent.
That was consent.
Mo Elementary.
Change order. Okay, my fault. Go ahead.
So we need,
My fault.
a report from, submitted by Mr. Johnson.
Okay, the first item here concerning Mo is a change order. Basically, the change order total sum is $7,047.34. This is for replacement of some, damage, minor damage on the under part of various buildings. Labor and materials for repair and reshoring of wooden covered walkway areas. Labor and material for replacement of damaged siding on building F at O. Labor and material for replacement of concealed water damage at exterior wall due to a leak at exterior electrical junction box at building A, which is not storm related as well. And lastly is, to provide 110 foot of 6x6 flashing to close the gap at the covered walkways in modular buildings for a total sum of $7,047.34.
I've got a motion by Mr. Marr, a second by Mrs. LaBeouf, that we approve, Mr. Johnson's recommendation. Public comment? Any board member? Yes, Mr. Abear.
This was, why is this not covered for hurricane? This is hurricane damage?
Yeah. About 2,000 of the 7,000 would be hurricane damages, sir.
Why it's not all covered? They didn't pick it up, or did they have to remove things to get to these items? Or it's visible?
It's visible damage that needed to be changed when they were pulling out certain areas.
Any further discussion? Any opposition to the motion? Motion carries. Next is, item, D16, to discuss and take action, except the permanent repairs due to 2020 hurricanes at Moore Elementary School as substantially completed as submitted by Mr. Johnson.
All right, so basically, this job, with the exception of these change orders, as well as some libraries acoustical tile, to the tune of about $34,000, and cafeteria acoustical tile to the tune of $800, is all that's left on this project. The total amount of the project was $1,247,000, without that last change order. So we're asking that you declare this project as substantial.
I've got a motion by Mr. Mars, a second by Mr. Abear, that we accept the Moore Elementary School as substantially completed. Public comment? Any board member? Any opposition to the motion? Motion carries. Item number D17, the superintendent's office, to discuss and take action to consider authorizing an appraisal of the old post office, building and authorize advertisement for bids. Mr. Superintendent.
Thank you, Mr. Stella. Guys, what I'm coming to you tonight is to ask permission to move forward. This post office, as we did our research, currently the sheriff's department is still using it. The company who does the training there is interested in possibly seeing what it's worth and purchasing. To move a southwest, kind of a southern Louisiana office. In our research, we did an appraisal of that building, but you have to have an appraisal within 6 months before you can go to sale. We also thought that that building was put up for sale. It has never officially made it to be put up for sale. As our research, it was tabled It was deferred, it has never been put up for sale. So what I am asking is for us to get the appraisal, put it up for sale, and let's take our chances on where we're at. And just, I wanna see where we are with that building.
So, I've got a motion by Mr. Pilet, a second by Dr. Dupree. Public comment. Any board members?
I do,
Yeah.
I would like to find out, do we use someone local for appraisal? Are we bounded to Vermillion Parish for something like this?
No, last time, we used Apex Appraisal, to do the appraisal. Last time we had to do it, we were required by law to obtain three appraisals
Three appraisals.
within 6 months of putting it up for sale. Or try to get three appraisals.
Yeah, try to get three.
Public comment? Board members?
What was the last time it was appraised? Or what?
Mr. Johnson, can you let me know?
I'm
20,
going to say that it was probably appraised about 2018.
2018 is what my guess
You know what that
was.
appraisal value was?
245.
245.
Any other board members? Mr. Abear?
Company that's interested in purchasing it, can we go to them and ask them to pay the appraisal, have the appraisal?
No, because they are not legally, I'm telling you that there's some possible interest. It is still a public bid. They do know that somebody could come in and give us a price and a bid, and they could lose the owners. They do know that. They're willing to take that risk. Once it comes in upon appraisal, we will set the price. I mean, ultimately, if we get the price that it appraises for, we're running a business. And if we get the price we're asking for, if we don't, we have to put it back out for bid at 10% less. If we don't get anything on those first two bids by public law, then we can take any reason. We at that point can decide how much we are willing to sell it for. I was told this was done, but in our research, it never was done, and so I would like to take that effort and see where we are with that building.
Mrs. Detroit?
My next question is, will you make that appraisal available to us?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, yes.
We got one on that.
Any,
We voted.
You voted to get the appraisal and to put it for sale. We can reject once we put it out there, we can reject the bid. We can set the sale price
As a board.
as a board. If I wanna go above appraisal, I would have to come to you and say, we wanna set the price at this, the first round. But you will all be informed upon that. We're just trying to, I don't wanna have to wait till the September meeting to say, we got the appraisal. Now can we go out for bid? Then we have to wait till October, I wanna expedite it, figure out, get the 30-day count rolling and see where we are with that building. Good, bad, or otherwise, I just wanna see where we are.
Dr. Dupree?
For what this is worth, should have never been, not even purchased, number one. Number two, that has been a liability on our back since whenever we acquired that thing. So guess
We
what?
never bought it. It was donated to us.
Whatever, it needs to go. They should have never bought it.
Any other discussion? Any opposition to the motion? Motion carries. Item number D18, to move to enter into executive session to discuss the evaluation of the superintendent. I've got a motion by Dr. Dupree, second by Mrs. Detroit.
Roll call.
Roll call.
Dr. Dupuy,
Yes.
Mr. Myers,
Yes.
Mr. LaBeouf,
Yes.
Ms. Detroit, Mr. Pilet,
Yes.
Mr. Roy, Mr. Abear, and President Stelling.
Yes.
We do the next.
Item number D19, to discuss and take action to enter into executive session to discuss collective bargaining. Got a motion by Mrs. Detroit, a second by Mr. Abear.
Dr. Dupuy,
Yes.
Mr. Myers,
Yes.
Ms. LaBeouf,
Yes.
Ms. Detroit,
Yes.
Mr. Pilet,
Yes.
Mr. Roy,
Yes.
Mr. Abear, and President Stelling.
Yes.
One more.
Next one is, D20, to discuss and take action to enter into executive session to discuss school security. I've got a motion by Mr. Amen, a second by Dr. Dupree, roll call.
Dr. Dupuy.
Yes.
Mr. Myers.
Yes.
Mr. LaBeouf.
Yes.
Ms. Detroz.
Yes.
Mr. Pilette. Mr. Roy.
Yes.
Mr. Abear.
Yes.
And President Scully.
At this time, I declare we're in executive session.